Hey, those storm chaser guys who come and like knock on my door after storms and offer to put on a new roof, are those all scams? Because they feel exactly like a scam. Like it just seems like just this is gonna hurt me in some way. This is a pain in the ass, and I had never thought they're not from here, so they don't know whatever how to put on ice shield, for instance, or whatever. Just that we have different needs up here and that they might not know. And I get what you're saying. Obviously, service. I don't think of people servicing my roof often, but I guess if it happens, you sure the hell want it. So I get what you're saying. But how do you know who to look for if they don't come knock on your door?
If you don't want to use the ambulance chasers, you mean?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, well, Google, I mean, just, you
Yeah.
can do your own research, or if I tell people, if you know a contractor that you already trust, reach out to them first. If they do that type of work, and if you think they can deal with the insurance properly, then hire them.
Do you guys do it? I mean, that's
Oh,
what I'm getting at.
oh, yeah, of course, yes. I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
absolutely. I mean, we have become, specialists in insurance claims and doing that work, mainly lawn. I shouldn't say we. Lawn is a
We do a
specialist.
lot of it.
But we do a lot of it, and it's it, you know, it, it seems scammy. That was my first impression of the whole like storm realm, right? It's like it seems scammy. However, when I have a customer call me and say, hey, we've had a bunch of door knockers, what should I do? I tell them they probably do have damage.
Mhm.
It's if you have door knockers, and you said this earlier, that's probably a sign that hail hit that area, because these door knockers have access to maps, and
Right.
all this technology that tells them where large hail hit.
Right.
So you probably do have damage, and then your next step is, to find someone you trust. And it might be that door knocker. It really might be.
Yeah.
Some of those companies are really great, and some of them are really, really bad. So it really comes down to do your research, and find someone that you truly trust, and not just a salesperson, because some of those guys are new, right? Guys or
Mhm.
girls, they might be new, and they're getting kind of fooled too into thinking they work for this great company. So do your research on the actual company itself. Do they do good installs? Do they have good installers? Do they follow up?
Mhm.
That's the best route to take. And if you do just hire the guy who knocked on your door, you might be in great hands, but you really don't know until you're done.
Well, and you want to have them do that inspection too, and make them show you the proof that they found. And I've got sort of a love-hate relationship with this whole insurance restoration business, because one, I mean, it's business, and when a storm comes through like it did last year, it means a busy year for us. But the problem that I have with it is that you almost have to have insurance. I mean, if you own your house free and clear, you don't necessarily need to have property insurance. But if you have a mortgage on it, you've got to have property insurance. And even if you don't have a mortgage on it, probably means you got a pretty nice house, and you're still going to want to have insurance on it. So in a way, it acts like a tax. It's like everybody has to pay it. Well, if there's this you know, if there's a bunch of work that gets approved that shouldn't be, that basically raises everybody's rates. The insurance companies can't or don't raise your rates for acts of nature on an individual basis. They're going to do it by, usually it's zip code. So if you have a storm that came through your area and you don't file a claim, your rates are probably still going to go up. And if everybody
Right.
else's rates go up, then so are yours.
Right.
So, in that way, it's like, you want to make sure that you trust the person that's getting up there. And when I go up, I mean, if they don't have damage, I'll be happy to tell them that.
Right. I was going to ask you, how many times have you done an inspection where you just say, you don't need to file a claim. There isn't enough damage, right? I mean, I know I've done that a handful of times. I know you've probably done it more. And that sometimes feels really good. Like for one, you build trust with them. And hey, if the next time there's a storm,
Exactly.
or if you really want, to get your siding or roofing done in the future, call us. But at least they trust you that you're not
Exactly.
full of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I can't show them pictures of damage, then I'm not going to tell them that they should file a claim. It's still up to them if they want to, and I'll still show up for that adjustment appointment. But I'll give them my opinion as to whether I think it's a roof that's damaged to the point that it needs to be repaired.
Right.
There should be more contractors like you, because look at, by nature, you've got homeowners who the biggest investment most people will ever make in our lives is our homes, right? And then most homeowners are also not experts in those things that they're purchasing and spending all the money on. And then you've got someone who either wants to help them or just make money off of them.
Right.
And deciding, like figuring that out for a
Right.
homeowner while they're dealing with damage and issue, it's
Right. And if you're a contractor out there, like actually there is a lot of money in just helping people.
Yeah.
I mean, really, like when you have that mentality of you're just trying to help them, sort of save money and do the right thing, you will
Everybody
find that
wins.
you probably make more money than just focusing on money,
Yeah.
right?
because you're respected, and nowadays with reviews online
Right.
and all of the things, like everybody
Right.
can kind of figure out who's
Right.
good and who's not. I
Right.
mean,
And you can sleep at night too.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Speak for yourself. What, I've been just robbing people forever here, so it's tough.